Now for the track guide. Before starting, if you want to improve at a quicker pace, check out my courses. Link will be in the video description, a lot of value packed in there. Now going for the track guide itself, turn 1, high speed corner, you really want to use all the tracks. So the first thing we're gonna do is aligning your left tire with the grass, not with the curb, but with the grass. You really want to hear that the left tires are scrubbing the grass before you brake and turn. In terms of reference for braking, the moment that you're approaching this ending of the grass in front of the car, that's where you want to brake. Apply the brakes and immediately turn into the corner. Don't brake very hard. We really want to conserve the momentum of the car going into the corner. So in 4th gear, eventually 23% brake pressure applied, still trail braking, trail brake up until you hit the green on the inside part of the curb, and then smash the throttle very aggressively. Your goal will be to have the car position near the white line here. Don't go more than that towards the left, because it will make the next braking zone super uncomfortable. So try to bring the car a little bit on the right side, then cut all the way to this orange part of the curb like this. You can even cut the grass a tiny bit and it's still not going to be an off track, because your goal will be to have the car in the center left part of the track. Don't have it in the center right, because the braking will be quite uncomfortable. Even from this position, we'll brake diagonally into the entry. So make sure you're not even more towards the right side. It's going to make it even harder. Reference for braking will be the 100 meter board, so the moment that the 100 starts to disappear from your windshield, this is where you're gonna be applying the brakes. You're gonna brake in a straight line, pointing the car towards the left side, and as you get to the 50 board, or this white part of the curb, then you're gonna straighten up the wheel and prepare to turn into the corner, prepare to take the right-hander. This is a very long trail braking zone. You have to keep the brakes engaged up until you get the mid part of the corner. Here, you're gonna almost kiss the red sausage curb. Make sure you're not touching it though, just barely brushing it, and then pushing the throttle. Because you have this amount of steering lock applied, you have to be gentle with your throttle application. So modulating, just now we're to 100%. In 2nd gear, trying to bring the car a little bit more towards the center right, and then still in 2nd gear applying the brakes. Reference for braking here is done mostly on feel, so when you get closer to a corner and the car is properly positioned, then you're going to be applying the brakes. And once again here you have to trail brake a lot. The thing that makes this corner harder is the steering angle, because you can get away with a lot of steering input here. As you can see, we're using almost 180 degrees of steering wheel angle, so make sure you're using the wheel, because in most cases drivers are under the limit with the front end of the car, which makes them understeer on their way out. So make sure you're using the available grip on the front tires by cranking the steering wheel and using the trail brake. Then it's the same principle as the previous corner. You want to almost brush this red sausage curb. Apply the throttle. Once again, you have a lot of steering wheel lock applied. You have to be gentle with the throttle, but then as you open the steering, you will reach 100% throttle. On upshift to 3rd gear, cut this curb a lot like this to shorten the distance and to make the line a little bit more efficient. And now we're heading towards another long trail braking zone. Super easy to lose the car around here. Reference for braking is the beginning of the white part of the curb. You're gonna be applying the brakes. You can also use the 100, but I think that if you're gonna use the 100, you will brake a slightly bit too late. So it's better to brake a bit earlier so that we can get this rotation quite aggressively with the trail brake in this mid part of the section, just because this corner is in such a way that makes very easy to spin the car. You have to give it a little bit more margin. So still trail braking, 3rd gear, still on the brakes, So the line is like this. You have to cut this green part and then push the throttle. Make sure the car arrives all the way to the white line. Don't go more towards the curb, because then you will cut your entry into the next one. And before braking, you will try to bring the car a little towards the left side to open up the corner a slightly bit. And then, just then, you're gonna be braking and take this a little bit double apex wider line like that. Very important to feather the throttle on your way out so that you won't lose traction. Now the next corner, it's a high-speed corner, and it's very easy to lose a lot of lap time if you don't know what to prepare, how to prepare it. So notice that we have the left tires brushing the grass here. it's quite obvious. You see, here's the center of the car, and look at the position of the left tires. Really have to do this. At the 100, you're gonna be start applying the brakes. You will brake quite aggressively, downshifting to fourth, and then you will jump into trail braking very soon. The reason we're doing this is because we want to disrupt the balance of the car from the early phase of the corner, to shift a lot of weight on the front end, so that then we don't need to trail brake with a lot of braking pressure applied, because we need to keep the front tires alive in this mid part of the corner. So we're using the tires more on entry so that we can corner a little bit better around here. In fourth gear, make sure you're cutting all the way towards the grass, super important. Immediately smashing the throttle. Don't use more than 45 degrees on steering wheel angle. Use all the curve like this. And now going into maggots and Beckett's, a very, very tricky section. So first of all, the entry, make sure you're using this red sausage curb. The moment that you hit it, you should be applying the brakes on your way off the curb, downshift to fourth, trail brake so that you're cutting this curb like that. The car will be positioned in the center of the track after you're getting off the curb. Smash the throttle, just a tiny bit, like put it as quickly as you can, at least 30%, 40%. And then prepare to be braking again. You will stay in fourth gear around here, so still in fourth, trail braking, cutting this curb a lot, and then pushing the throttle a little bit, then dropping and going to third gear. This third gear here is going to give you the rotation that you need. The car is already pointed. Trail brake up until you hit the green curb, and then smash the throttle on your way out. It's definitely not an easy part of the track. You can lose half a second like this, because being efficient with your line is how you're gonna gain lap time around there. So my best advice is try to shorten your lines, try to not cover more distance than you should, try to do the turning with a trail brake, and try to do the third gear just in the last corner of the complex, not in the beginning, so that you can carry that momentum. Now, going into the second to last corner, braking point will be the 100 board. You want to brake, use this curb to open up on entry, go to third gear eventually when you get closer, and then once you reach this second orange part of the curb, then you're gonna smash the throttle. You should be arriving on this curb, and when you get here, don't instantly steer towards the right side. Keep the car straight so that you won't scrap speed like this, keep it straight. And now going into the last braking zone. Braking is quite early here, way before the 100, as you can see. Braking in a straight line, using this curb while braking to open up the corner even more, going to second gear, very close to this red sausage curb while still trail braking. And after, on your way out of the corner, you're going to be applying the throttle. Your goal will be to give it a spike to 100% throttle, then drop it immediately, apply like 1% braking while you're cornering, getting very slow, close to the red sausage curb. And now on your way out, you will feel that the car is fighting for traction. So the best thing you can do is to upshift earlier. Like right now we're giving third, even though the RPM is a bit too low, but this will help a lot. Same here for the next one. You see small adjustment in the throttle, going to fourth gear early on. So upshifting early will be helpful so that you can get the rotation that you need. And in short, that's the lap. So I hope you have a great week around here. Once again, if you want to improve at a quicker pace, even in this car, I have a specific car course about Porsche Cup where I put main things you should be focusing on while driving this car. But anyways, thanks for watching this and looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye bye.